In this recording I'm going to describe how to set up background images and make them clickable, as well as static images that can be external or internal, together with image clickable zones inside of the static image, plus regular href for the static image. I've already created inside of the channel. I just set up my channel a test slide here. It doesn't have anything at the moment on it. I'm just going to go into the template builder and edit it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is to add a background to this template. Now I've made this a little bit smaller so that it can fit in a screen and it's not too large for this demo purposes. So this is 1280 by 720, but it's also still 16 by 9 aspect ratio. And I'm going to load a background. Now this background is 1920 by 1080 and 1080p image, but as long as it's 16 by 9, same aspect ratio, it will fit nicely inside of this canvas, which is also 16 by 9 aspect ratio, and it just automatically shrinks to fit inside the display area. So that's the background. Now you'll notice at the bottom there are two icons here. One is to remove it, and the other one is a link indicating that you can set a link for it. So I just added the background. I could remove it with that, but I can also set a link, clickable image link for this image. I'm just going to make it www.apple.com and save it. And now I'm going to save this template. Alright, now it's saved and published. It automatically publishes whenever you save, so you can't save without publishing it. To test it, the best way to do the testing when you're in a template builder is to click the live button after having selected that slide as the slide to edit. So this is the slide, there's a preview, select slide. That will stay the selected slide, so while you're in the template builder, if you hit the live button after publishing, you will always see the preview in here, and it will be dynamic. It will be clickable, but it won't change. So you won't have to go in and activate and deactivate slides so that you avoid seeing the playlist. If you want to see the static slide, it's best to test it in here. Now this is clickable. I put in a link in there, and I made apple.com. If you look at the bottom left hand side of the screen, it goes when I move it away, but you'll see www.apple.com there. If I click on it, it opens apple.com in the current window. If it happens to be on a desktop, it will open it inside of it will open another browser to display that website in a separate browser. So that's how you do a clickable link. So I'm just going to take out that link now, delete it, and it's not there. So it won't be clickable anymore, because I want to put other objects on the page that will themselves be clickable, and you can't have the background clickable as well as other objects inside of the clickable, otherwise there would be confusion. So I'm going to add an image onto this page on the left hand side, and I'm going to make that a clickable image. Actually, I'm going to make it a little bit different. I'm going to make it a clickable image zone. Well, you can do multiple clickable image zones within an image. I'll just show you how it's done with one of them. Now you'll see you can resize an image after uploading it this way, and as soon as you let go of the resize handle, it forces it to retain its own aspect, the initial aspect ratio, so you can't distort the image. So if I make it smaller, it's going to make it narrower as well, same time. You can also drag it out this way, but then it will readjust so that it retains the same aspect ratio. So now I want to make this part. Let's say I want to make these 3 zones all clickable with different URLs. You do that by going in here and selecting Add Zones on the right hand side. The Properties, Tools and Properties, and click on the Add button. And there are 2 items to fill in. One is the URL, and the other one is the it's called href here, but it's actually just a tool tip that you'll see when the user hovers over the zone. So I'm going to make this www.msnbc.com, and I will call that MSNBC, and I'll save it. And now I have a little yellow area inside of here that's popped in with a smaller size, and I can move it with this tool so that it fills exactly the area that I want to be clickable for that link. So I've done that now. I'll save this template. It is saved and published. I go to the Live button. I can see it's already there in the Live button. I mouse over the top area. It shows MSNBC. If I look at the bottom of the screen, I can see the navigation URL is showing me http www.msnbc.com. So I click on this, and I get another tab opening up to MSNBC. So that worked. If so you can see that the zone is active in this area where it was demarcated, you can see the arrow changes to a pointer hand only in the area where the zone was defined. It changes to a regular pointer outside of there, and it changes to the hand. Plus, if you stop moving, it shows you the tooltip, which in this case is MSNBC. So now we go back here. So that's a zone. I can create another zone if I want to, or 3 or 4, or as many as I want. If I want to create another zone, I could just add one, and I could say www.yahoo.com and say Yahoo in there, save that, and you can see the other one is moved over there. I can move it out of the way and drag it over this area and save it, and then go into Live to test it. You can see the mouse changed over there, and I can see Yahoo in the tooltip. I click on it and Yahoo opens on another page. If I want to edit that, click on the area, Image, Edit. No, sorry, that wasn't the right one. This one here. Edit, and I can change the URL, or I can remove it if I want to. So that's clickable image zones on a static image. If I want to make the whole image clickable, I could also do that. Use a different one. So here is a little LinkedIn image. I can make it a little bit bigger if I want to. And I'm going to put in here, rather than add zone, I'm going to put add link, and I'm going to make it linkedin.com and save it, and wait for it to publish. Published. Go into live. I can see it's in there. I don't have a tooltip this time because I just have the URL, but I can see at the bottom it's pointing to LinkedIn. If I click on it, LinkedIn opens in another tab. I can go back that way. So that's a single URL associated with an image, clickable. Now if I want to have an image that's external, it's not this one, here we are, okay, another static image, and this time I'm going to make a bigger one and I'm going to make it external, and this example I'm going to demonstrate is a practical example of an image that gets updated periodically externally. It's available externally, say a public image that gets updated, like maybe a stock market chart or something, or a weather image. And I'm going to put in the URL. I think I still have it here in the clipboard, and save it. I didn't want to do that. This wasn't a quick. This is actually, the image itself is external. So I'm just going to erase this. And the image there is, instead of internally from uploaded images, it's external. And I'm going to paste in the source. And now you can hit the preview button and it'll show you what image you will be loading. Well, actually what that image looks like now. Doesn't mean that image will look like this when it actually gets played, but the image looks like that now and you can actually see it in place. So if I add that image, you can see it in place, and it's coming from an external source. And you can see it's tonight's forecast, March the 3rd, 2013, and it was updated at 10:13 p.m. Tomorrow when someone loads the page, it will show a different weather, and it'll be a different time. So I'm going to save that. Saved. Go to live. And you can see it there. See it on a bigger image to read it. But anyway, it's there and it would be updated, and it's dynamic, and it comes from an external source. That's the end of the demonstration, this section.